What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell from the title of this one, we're going to be working on the bumper on the Mazdaspeed 3. I'm going to be installing some Quik-Latches here. Got in the mail today. Pretty pumped about. I already have two of them on the car. If you've guys been around this channel for a while, you already know I've got two of them on. I'll show you them here. So basically it's just a push button and the bumper comes off like that. Just a lot easier to take your bumper off, but reason why I'm doing it is I have a car show coming up in a few days and I want to get this thing half show ready, half respectable looking for the show, and my bumper is kind of jank. As you can see here, it doesn't really meet up properly. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to install both those Quik-Latches, and yeah, we're going to see how it turns out.
I've been in my zone, bitch, I'm in my bag. I really don't know how I got the swag, how I got the juice. I'm just getting loose, I'm just warming up. This ain't nothing.
Okay, so essentially these are the stock brackets that hold the bumper on for a Mazdaspeed. Mazda makes really bad clips, and if you take your bumper off so many times, they're pretty well useless. As you can see, the pin for the Quik-Latch here. So I'm gonna put one here. You remove this bolt, cut this hole out a little bit bigger, and put that pin in that hole where that screw is. And yeah, that's pretty well it. So here's what the kit comes with: the push button, Quik-Latch itself, two little washers, and the pin that goes into the Quik-Latch. The ball end obviously just clicks in like that, and to unload it, you press the button in. Two nuts to secure it on to the car itself, and this is the hole we're going to be putting it in. So I'm going to put the pin in first, put the two nuts on, tighten them down, and that's pretty well it. Alright guys, so it's the next day after the clip you just watched, and I kind of ran into a little bit of an issue which I was not expecting. So these bumper clips that I got, the Quik-Latches, the thread pitch isn't quite the same as what was in this hole here, which was this. The thread pitch isn't the same, so I had to borrow my friend's tap and die set here, which I never like using. Actually, I've never even used one, so I'm not looking forward to this. Shout out to Kendrew for letting me borrow this, but unfortunately I have to use one of these things and ream this hole here to this thread pitch so this will properly screw in. Right now it doesn't screw in at all, so that's kind of shitty, so we're gonna have to deal with it. So I have the bit which I think is correct for changing the pitch to the thread pitch I need. I have it in my drill. I know this is not right, but the tool that you're supposed to use for the kit, I can't get it in there far enough without the handles hitting my car, hitting the fenders, so I don't want to scratch up my paint. So I'm just going to do it slow with this and see what happens. There we go. It actually worked, and it threaded in. So a washer and a nut is going to go on each side like this. I'm going to put this into the fender. I'm going to put the nut on the back with the washer, and I'm going to snug the two up to sandwich it nice and tight, and then we'll have to adjust how far out this sticks so that it keeps the bumper into the car nice and tight and it doesn't connect whenever it's far away from the car, if that makes any sense. But I'll show you guys in a minute.
I'm not even gonna do it.
Do it! so bad. Oh! You doubted me. That's in.
One side.
Oh, that's it. Go press the button.
Go press the button. Yeah. Press it. Oh, look at that, buddy.
Boom! One side. What you got going on over here? Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the next day after the clip you just saw again. Last night kind of got a bit frustrating with installing the bumper clips. A few guys came over, dropped by the shop just to hang out and stuff, and I got a little bit sloppy on filming what I was doing. I was kind of just working and talking to them, so I didn't get to pick up the camera much, but let me show you what I got done. So I think the last thing I showed you was installing the pins. Now this side is perfectly set. The bumper clips into this very nicely. These are tightened down real good. On this side it's a little bit different. I'm having some issues with this one here. The clip doesn't seem to want to lock into this one. So I've been having some issues with that. It is a little bit tougher to get the nut on the back side of this one because the washer fluid jug is in the way. Let me show you the bumper here. So here's what they're looking like. I didn't show you guys, I didn't get to explain drilling into the bumper much, but basically what I did was whenever you have these pins in, you're going to want to put on some sort of paste. I used Ultimate Compound by Meguiar's. It's just a white paste that will stick to that bolt. Most people use toothpaste, but I didn't have any with me, so I just used that. You're going to put a dab on this pin here, and same on the other side. Then you're going to put your bumper up onto the car and push it into place like you would normally, and you will see a mark on the back of your bumper from the toothpaste or the compound or whatever substance you're using, and that will show you exactly where to drill the hole. It's a 3/4 inch hole, and I was using a step up bit. You can just use a 3/4 inch drill bit. Oh, here it is here, still in the drill. That's what I used there. The max on it is 3/4, so I just go all the way through. Same with this side, 3/4. And I put some masking tape on the back side where the drill bit was going to go through, just so it didn't wreck the paint or chip it up or anything like that. It doesn't really matter, it's going to be hidden anyway. So you have those holes drilled, and then it's really, after that, it's just really about getting the adjustments on the pins and how far out they need to go or how far in they need to go, depending on how tight you want your bumper to the car. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. I'm having a little bit of an issue with this one on this side here, and I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do because I don't have any more room to adjust it. It's out as far as it can go without falling out, without the nut falling off the back on the other side. So yeah, I'll bring you guys along a little bit more tonight as I do this. It's one day before the show. I'm leaving tomorrow morning for the show, and I still need to fully detail my paint. I'm gonna be buffing it, clay barring it, washing it, polishing it, waxing it. The whole works for the show tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a long night ahead of me, and I've got to be up at 6 in the morning tomorrow to head over. It's about an hour and a half away from me, so yeah, it's gonna be quite the night tonight, and I'll try to bring you guys along with me as much as I can, and hopefully I don't get distracted as much. But anyway, let's do it. Alright, so here is how it turned out. The bumper is on. It's not completely fastened, but the clips are adjusted enough so that the buttons push into them and secure the bumper onto the car. just to keep in mind, nothing up here is fastened, so the bumper still needs to be adjusted that way, obviously, but I'm not too worried about that. Here's what it looks like. Here's the old one I had from last year. The style has changed a little bit, and the color on this one has faded a bit compared to that, but that's not a really big deal to me. But as you can see, my fitment is actually really nice on this side. But keep in mind, my fenders are rolled and pulled a lot, as you can see here, and you can see it dip down in the corner where the fender roller couldn't reach. So there's no getting around that really. As you can see here, how much they're pulled. And on this side's a little bit worse, but with this clip now, it's made it a lot better. The fitment right in the middle is near perfect. The bumper does sit in a bit further than the fender, but that's all right. Not too concerned about that. It's not that much, but there's this gap here as well, but when the bumper pushes up, that goes away mostly. So yeah, that's not too bad. But as you can see here, again, that's from my fender roller. The fender roller can't roll that section on a Mazdaspeed, on a Gen 2 at least. You can try all you want. I've tried pretty well everything to get that corner to come out, and that's the only thing that keeps me from going lower on this car, is that these corners right here, because that's the only part I rub on. So yeah, the bumper is now attached. The clips are all installed. So now what I'm gonna do is take the bumper off again, and I'm going to make sure everything is tightened down on those pins that is holding the clips on, because you don't want those coming loose, obviously. So I'm going to make sure those are all tightened and everything's set. So now when I want to take my bumper off, it's just a matter of pushing those buttons in and popping the clips up on the top, and it's that easy. Okay, so here is the final product here. Bumper is fully installed back onto the car, all clipped up on top. Both Quik-Latches. Looks really clean. The car is super dirty just from putting my hands all over that area, just trying to make things work. Yeah, that's my install on my Quik-Latches on my Mazdaspeed 3. Mazdaspeeds have a very rough time with keeping the bumper aligned because the plastic clips, I have one over here, these tend to break fairly easy and don't hold up for very long, unless you never take your bumper off. You keep your bumper on all the time and never take it off to work on it, then you're probably fine. But as soon as you start taking it off and clipping it back on and off, then that clip gets worn out and they're kind of shitty. So this is sort of an alternative to those clips, and lets you take your bumper on and off really fast. And especially running a front mount intercooler, it's super helpful. So when you pop coolant, or if you pop intercooler piping, then it's super easy just to take the bumper off and fix it. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick little install on my bumper clips, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.